So somewhere along the way, dinner became something many of us try to accomplish instead of experience. We wonder if it's healthy enough, balanced enough, creative enough, or even if it was like worth the time it took to even make it. It's easy to forget that feeding ourselves isn't a performance, right? It's not something we have to prove to other people, right? So today, let's explore together, like, what might change if we stopped trying to get dinner right and started asking a different question altogether. Welcome here to the Soulful Kitchen Table. Pull up a chair and get cozy, get comfortable, and I would love for us to dive into this together. Many of us have inherited a belief or a story that there's a right way to cook, right? Whether it's like the ingredients, the right meal plan, the right amount of protein, get it, the right amount of vegetables, the way you organize your kitchen, the right way to even like feed our families. Like, these messages, they don't just shape like how we cook, they shape how we feel while we're cooking, right? And without realizing it, we begin treating every meal like a quiet test we're hoping to pass. And side note, then we put that energy into our bodies because now it's in the food. Now we're eating it. Just a thought. When dinner feels like something to get right, the kitchen, the energy, it just feels heavy, right? Like, simple decisions become complicated and you start to overthink them, and like missing an ingredient feels like you're failing a test, right? Or like if you make a frozen dinner, it feels like a defeat. And leftovers feel lazy instead of being actually resourceful. Like, even meals that nourish us can leave us feeling like we didn't do enough, like we fell short somehow. And when we're done with cooking, like, we leave the kitchen either like, hey, there was inspiration here, we cared for it, we nourished ourselves. Most of us are leaving the kitchen as a space where we got to criticize ourselves, where there's quite resentment, quite judgment, right? There's a different feeling of that. And so because of that, I invite you to look at it at a different lens, okay? So what if dinner was never meant to be a test, okay? What if it was always meant to be a conversation with your body, your energy, your intuition, your season of life, your family, like your capacity that day and how to honor that, right? Some days that conversation sounds like a homemade soup, right? You got an hour, you can do it, it's fine. Others days, it's gonna be eggs on toast. Why? Because it's quick and easy and actually nourishes yourself. That's okay, right? Neither one says anything about your worth. Like, nourishing life, nourishing yourself isn't about building perfect meals. What does that mean? What the fuck does that mean? It's built by meeting yourself, honestly, like where you're at in that moment, time and time and time again. So the next time you're playing or planning dinner, see how I just naturally do that? The shift. So the next time you're planning dinner, you're thinking about it, I invite you to pause, okay? And instead of asking, what's the right thing to make? What should I make? I invite you to ask, what would care look like tonight? And notice how different these questions feel. One asks you to perform. The other one asks you to listen, to tune into yourself, to your body, to your intuition, to your energy, to your capacity in that moment. So here are some reflection questions for you to help make this shift. Question 1. How often do you judge a meal before even eating it? Question 2. What does getting dinner right mean to you? What does that even mean to you? And the third question If dinner wasn't a test, how might dinner feel different? Now, as you move through this week, notice every time you catch yourself asking if you're doing it right or a should. When you do, because it'll happen, right? This is no judgment-free space, but in order to shift, you have to become aware, right? So when you do, gently replace that with a question rooted in care, right? You might be surprised how often the answer has always been waiting for you all along. So thank you for spending a little time here at the Soulful Kitchen table today. And as a reminder, like every conversation we have here is simply an invitation, right? Not to do more, but to notice more. And if something resonated with you or landed with you, I'd love for you to share it in the comments so we can interact. And so I just want to know. I'm curious. I want to know. And until we gather around the kitchen table again, meet yourself with curiosity, permission, and trust.